Hey you guys, so it's early morning. I say early morning, it's like 7:30. Early for me. I'm usually up around 8:30, so it's only like an hour. But anyway, I just want to hurry and show you guys our grass and how it's doing. I'll show you a quick skim over of our strawberry plants. And then we're going out to the garden and we are planting our garden while it's cool out here. That's like the whole reason why I'm up like a whole hour earlier. Otherwise I'd still be sleeping. So let's go ahead and show you our progress with our grass. There's a lot of weeds growing, which we knew would happen. The weeds love all the water. But our grass is coming up too, and so we're gonna we're just gonna have to reseed. So you guys see all of our grass coming up? Isn't that so exciting? So cool. Okay, so that's kind of what it's looking like. We're gonna reseed to get a lot of these bare spots. We have our different strawberry plants coming up. Some of them not so much, but others are doing great. Just cool. Here, this little nub is just barely getting a little bit of green on it. And this one underneath here is actually doing really, really well. You guys can spot them through the weeds. That's gonna come out here and weed. So here's another one. I've actually been having problems with my cats coming and using this area as a bathroom, which has been really frustrating, not gonna lie. Here's one. So they've killed a couple of my plants, and I'm not exactly thrilled about it, but we sure love them. Hi, Luna. But the rest of the garden still needs to be weeded. It's just been so hot out here. It's been really difficult to get out here to weed. I actually tried to come out last night to start planting what I could in these rows that are clear, but it was so windy that it just did not work out. But I've got to get these seeds in the ground, and I need to get these plants in the ground. I still haven't even planted my tomatoes. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to plant everything, so we'll just have to see. I have no idea. Alright, so what we're using for fertilizer are some eggshells. I also have some bunny poop I've got to go grab. So this is what all winter these two made. Isn't that amazing? Plus what's in here, which it looks like something has been digging in this, because there's a big dig spot. But yeah, that's what we've got from the winter time from these two. It has a lot of hay in it and pellets. That shouldn't be a problem. It's actually, people are actually saying that it's good. The only thing with the hay is people are saying that you might get hay growing in your garden. That's not bad. I don't think that's a problem really. But you just put it straight on. It's a cold manure, so it's not gonna burn your plants like a cow manure or a horse manure would. We're gonna do the Blue Lake 274 bush bean. These are dollar store seeds, you guys. And we're going to do the Cherokee Wax yellow bush bean. So we're gonna try these. I've never tried either one. I tried growing the Blue Lake last year, and it just really did not do well. But it wasn't its fault. Yeah, as soon as they would come up, then the bugs just had at it, and it just was a nightmare. So I'm just gonna try digging, you know, a little trench. Make room for these. We're gonna plant these about 6 inches apart, about a 1.5 inch depth. Know what they look like. And we're gonna go ahead and start planting these. So you see how some of these are broken? I'm not gonna use those because those aren't gonna sprout. I'm just gonna throw them. So I only had enough to do, let's see, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 out of my dollar store package. So keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and grab my yellow wax variety, and I'm just gonna try to finish this row, and then I'll run in and grab more because I don't want to waste any time. So the yellow variety looks a little bit different. I don't know if you guys can see that. They're like black. Whereas this bush bean, this Blue Lake, is white. We're gonna go ahead and plant these yellow wax. Going to cover them. I'm gonna firm it down, make sure that it's nice and firm. They're all covered, and we will be planting more beans over there on the trellis. So we're gonna go do that. Since I've already showed you guys how to plant these bush beans, I'm going to probably not show you how to plant the pole beans just because it's pretty much the same. But I will show you how to plant some squash and maybe some tomatoes if I have time to do the tomatoes. Alright, so it's about 9 o'clock. I've just finished planting these pole beans. I didn't have enough pole beans to go all the way down, so on this side right here, I did some pole beans, and then I did 2 Hopi sunflowers, black dye sunflowers, so that's what these look like. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I decided to do 2 of these. These need to be planted 18 to 24 inches apart, so I only did 2. But yeah, I'm really excited about these. But the rest of the way down, I did these Kentucky Wonder, you probably can't read that, Kentucky Wonder pole beans all the way down. It took me 3 of these dollar store packs. I probably could have used 4 because I wasn't able to go all the way down. These are a little bit different than the bush beans. These needed to be planted 3 inches apart instead of 6 inches apart. So yeah, this did take more. We're gonna do some zucchini, just your dark green zucchini. Again, these are the dollar store ones. And then your crookneck summer squash, yellow squash. And then, I don't know where, but I want to put in some of these spaghetti squash. So I'm not sure I'll do these ones on this row. I might do it on like an end row, like over there. Just because these do vine out. Whereas these other varieties are more of a bush variety. Alright, so we're going to be planting this dark green zucchini. I got these from the dollar store. I don't know how many are in here. Probably aren't that many. Yeah, so you only get 2 seeds for 25 cents from the dollar store, just so you know. So here's my dripper. So I made my hole right here. I'm just gonna drop those 2 in. I'm gonna try to space them a little bit just because then I can thin them once. If both of them end up germinating, then I can pull one out. You cover this. And just firm that down. Make sure my dripper's up. And there you have it. And just planted a zucchini. We're gonna do that all the way down. Zucchini and yellow squash, yellow crookneck squash are very similar, and so they're planted the same and spaced the same. Alright, so I only had the 2 dollar store zucchini seeds. These are from last year. There's only, I think, like 1 in here. I don't know how good it is since it was sitting out in my shed. Because you can see, like, it's sun faded. so I'm sure it's fine, but we'll figure it out. I went in and grabbed more from the dollar store, but I also have more Fairy Morris Black Beauty zucchini. So I think I'm going to open this one because these two are the same. And I would like to compare how well the dollar store ones do compared to like a name brand. If I can get that. There's one seed up here. I'll just have to pull it out. There it is. So as you can see, for I paid $1.75 instead of 25 cents, and you get tons more seed. I don't know if you guys can see in there. You get tons more seeds. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop those in there, and I'm going to go ahead and cover them up. So there we have it. We've planted this entire row. The last 3 spots were these, let's see, Fairy Morris, let's see, where did I put them? Fairy Morris Yellow Summer Crookneck Squash. And then I did every other on the zucchini. So this first one was the dollar store ones, and then we did Fairy Morris zucchini, and then we did dollar store, and then Fairy Morris. So we'll just have to see how those work out. Just a side note, while I've been sitting here, I can just smell this manure, which is not necessarily a pleasant smell, obviously, manure. Yeah, and it's attracted flies. So I don't think I'll top dress anymore. I didn't on this side just because I was smelling this side. So yeah, anyway, I think I'm going to wait to plant these tomatoes until later tonight, just so that they're not out here trying to get acclimated to the soil and just like dying in the heat. So I'm not going to water any of these seeds right now. I'm probably going to wait until later tonight when I water my tomatoes and plant the tomatoes. Just because it is really hot and I don't want to stress out the tomato plants any more than they already are going to be, just from being transplanted. And all of them are going to need to be separated because there's multiple plants in each cup. So I think I'm just going to go water them right now, and then later tonight is when we're going to go ahead and transplant them here into the garden. Alright, so it's the evening time now. I'm out here again. It is still really warm, but I'm going to go ahead and start getting all these tomatoes planted. So I actually have a lot of varieties of tomatoes that I started. Some of them look a little better than others. The ones that I was really disappointed with, let's see if I can find it, were the black Krim. Just, they look so, like all these other, I think this is one. So all of my tomato plants actually look, like their stems look really good and whatever, on all these others. But only on the black Krim do I have like these wonky stems, and the stems don't seem as strong and sturdy. And so it's only on these, and I know they're really crowded in this pot, but we're getting them planted. So all right, so it's a little breezy out here, so I hope it's not too loud. But just like my last ones, I have my drippers that are pre-set for my plants. So I'm going to go ahead and just dig holes, and I'll show you how to separate them. I'm just going to take my eggshell, some bunny poop in there. Well, we have our plant. I'm going to do my celebrity tomatoes first on this row. So I'm just going to take that out. You're gonna hold their stems so you don't break them. We've got a little bit of a binding going on down here. So what we're gonna do, I'm actually gonna need my cup here in a second. We're just gonna kind of tease them apart. So you're gonna go up here around their roots or around their stems and kind of move it back and forth. You can kind of feel, kind of just let it, there you go. You see? Just like that. I'm gonna put these other two back in here. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our plant in there. I'm gonna pinch off these bottom leaves. And I'm actually going to bury this quite deep. I want to put it on there so I just remember. There we go. We're gonna do that all the way down the row. Alright, so I'm exhausted. I just planted a bunch of tomatoes. I'm not exactly sure how many, but I did 1, 2, 3 rows of tomatoes. I still have a lot of tomatoes left over. I might have some to give away to friends or family, but we'll see. I still have 2 more rows that could be planted, and I just don't know if I'm going to get to it. I just feel exhausted. We'll just see. I'm just going to give you guys a skim over of all that I've done today, and we'll just see you guys next time.